Hello and welcome back to our Frühling Let's Play. So the last thing we did in the last episode was to plough our first oat field, the one near the farm. So this one is going to be helped on by a worker. Appreciate it. Thank you, love. So she's going to get that done. It's going to pick up more stones, but we'll sort that out when the time comes. Right, so the next thing we have to do, so as we can see, field 12 is all done. Let's check the stone situation. So, lots of orange stones, so it's not quite too big, not quite too small. So we should be alright to take them out with a stone picker. I'm not too sure on what we're going to use yet, but what we need to get done now is we'll put this to grass. So this is already starting to grow again, which is fantastic. We'll take this field and we'll turn it all into silage. So that is the plan. These fields are doing their thing. Oh, going to be in the way. Why are you doing that? What are you doing, love? Must be something. Right, I'm just gonna fix you up because I don't know what the hell's going on with that. You're driving backwards, forwards, very, very dizzy it seems. Alright, I was hoping to be able to get started on the mowing, but maybe the helper just needs a very quick headland to help along the process, which is totally fine. I understand. But I think so. We'll just do a quick headland on the top and the bottom of the field, and then he or she should be able to help out a little bit easier. I wonder if she got scared and didn't know what to do. I don't know. Let's just help them out. Help out the helper when we can. Worst case scenario, we just come back through and clean up any missed bits, but I'd rather have it done properly the first time, obviously. Not paying for it to drive up and down the field willy-nilly. So now we should have, I was going to say no problems, but less problems. Right, now off you go, sir. Right, now before we notice any more mistakes, let's get out of there and disconnect that. Yeah, we can just leave that in here for now. We need our mower, which we tucked away. Right, there it is. Okay, so I'll hop down to that other field. All the animals are still fine for their food and whatnot. But I've never been to this field. I just want to make sure I'm going the right direction. So if I go right, it would make sense actually to go around. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, I guess I could have taken that other road. No matter. Taking the long way. But really, it's not very long at all. That's what I do love about this map, is that you can pretty much get anywhere in a couple of seconds. Which I guess in a way it's a bit unfortunate because it does prevent you from really needing, say, like a lorry or a bigger truck or something like that. Hello. Oh, just walking together. That's nice. But yeah, in this case, I mean, I love that I can get around everywhere I need with just my my tractors, really. Maybe I'll invest in a gator. Might be useful for ripping around. Alright, get that nice and open. Right, this is a beautiful little space. Right, let's get started. So, yeah, I'll go around the outside once with my mower, and then I'll switch back the other way like I did in the other pasture, because yeah, I'll just basically turn around and go the other direction. So I will stay away from the fence because it is my nemesis. Tends to always get in the way, even though it's stagnant. And right, I actually really like this kind of mower as well, the one that kind of juts out to the side. I do like a trailed mower, but I feel like somehow I have a bit more control of what I'm doing with this. Maybe not. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So far, so good though. Right. Also, just to touch on, I do hope you're actually enjoying the series. I would assume that if you are here currently in episode 5, I believe this is episode 5 now, then you must be enjoying it. So I do hope that you are, and I appreciate you even taking the time out of your day to watch this series. I'm really enjoying making it, and I hope you enjoy watching it as well. Right, we have the other way to go, so we'll do a quick little time lapse, and then we'll check on the helper and see how they've gotten on. Right, well, now we have completed the mowing for this little grass pasture. That's it, that's all. Easy peasy. Now, what I'd like to look at is to see how much... Yes, let's save. Okay, the worker is getting on just fine. Let's have a look. How much hay have I got? So I've got 30,000 litres of hay. I reckon that's plenty. I know the cows will need some more, but I'd like to save the hay for the... Well, the horses might need it, but also for the sheep. Now, I'm going to turn all of this into grass, see how much I get, and then put it into our fermenting silo, which I think is very cool. So we will head back to the farm now with this, and just want to get past the gate. And then we'll pick up the windrower, so no tedding required this time. And we'll be back with the windrower in a minute. Alright, we are just arriving back now with our windrower, and we will open it up. And might as well get positioned right from the gate. Oh, I always forget about how intense the turning capabilities is because of those the turning wheels. Right, and we're off just like that. So luckily I kept a bit of distance away from the field, maybe in places more than I needed, but either way we have no shortage of grass that needs to be mowed. The other field that we did the other day already almost fully grown again, and we haven't done anything to it. I suppose we could fertilize the grass areas. I don't really want to plow them up and replant, although it does require plowing. I'm not sure how that really works for a grass area. Anyways, we will keep them grass nonetheless. I like having the grass patch. There are other spots around the map as well that we could purchase extra grass fields if we need, which is fantastic, and we might take advantage of those. We shall see. In the meantime, we'll put this to probably what will be a very quick time lapse, and then we'll carry on with the loading. Right, see you in a minute. Alright, well, we have, as predicted, quickly finished up this windrowing section, which is great. It was virtually flawless execution. So we'll we'll head back. Actually, just before we head back to the farm, I did get notification that a helper has completed the field. We'll have a very quick look at that. So we've got 2 fields that are ready to be de-stoned and eventually limed. Now we do have field 3 that needs to be done as well. It's not a priority, but it's close, and again it needs to be done. So let's quickly drive down there and get that started, and then we can carry on with the loading of the grass. Right, on we go. Perfect. So we'll take this back to the farm and go and collect the loading wagon. Alright, so we're just arriving back now with the loading wagon, and we can drop the pickup and start picking up grass immediately. Look at that. Alright, well, I really do enjoy actually doing this field. The other one was fine as well. It's just got a bit more of curves to it, I reckon. That's about the best way to describe it. Whereas this one's got a bit more of a elongated sort of frame, and that's totally fine. I do like the variation of fields, though. That's quite nice, because most of our arable is a bit square or rectangular, so which is also fine, helps with workers and that. But as it stands, we are half full capacity already of grass, which will be immediately put into the new fermenter that we have, so we can get silage right away. So we'll get this done. We'll do the trip back to the farm, unload, and come back, get some more, and then we'll be on our way to the next task. Okay, so I figured I would stop the time lapse here to do this, since it's the first time that we have done this. So we're unloading the grass into the silo. Now if we approach the silo, oh no, we'll do it from the productions menu. So we now have grass going in. We have 14, well, we'll have 16,000, yeah, 16,100 litres. Let's activate it right away. So we'll store the silage. I like that we can immediately sell it as well if we wanted to. We definitely don't want to. Well, eventually, but we want to make some food for the cows. Look at that, the silage number is going up and up and up and up. So let's head back to the field and get some more grass. Right, so we are now dumping out the rest of the grass, so we should have, by the end of it, we should have 32,200 litres of silage by all said and done. So now that we're collecting silage immediately, we are storing it, because what we could do is 2 things. One, when the cows run out of hay, which it's going alright, I think this will last the winter. Actually the winter and then some. What we're going to do is maybe sell the silage. If we look, here we go. Right, 482, 473. What is a good price? 567. Alright, so we're going to wait till January, February time before we do anything like that. But it's still being made. We're still getting silage regardless, which is absolutely fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant thing. Right. Lettuce is coming on as well. That's very good. So let's get this put away, and then we can check on the helper and see how they're getting on. And then we need to start looking into well, getting the fields ready to drill. We have two things we need to do before we drill any seed. One of them is to remove the stones, so that's probably what we're going to look at next. And then also we need to lime the field. Now, with those stones, there is a lime production facility that you can add onto your farm. Honestly, I don't really think we have the space for it, and frankly I just don't really care to have it anyways. I don't think we'll get nearly enough stone to warrant it, but again, we'll have to find out. So let us see. Okay, we do have rain in the forecast, but we'll check exactly when. I think we did already 2 PM. Right, so we can do everything we need to do in the rain, not a problem. Field 3 does not even need to be ploughed. I didn't even see that. Could have cultivated it. Well, at least it's done now. We'll have a nice seed bed, I guess, once we're done. No stones to speak of, though, in Field 3. Strange. I wonder why that is. Maybe it was something that was done previous to the field. Either way, we do have quite a bit of stones between these two and Field 14, so I do reckon it's worth the price to rent. Did this just complete? Oh yes, it did. Right. Okay, let's get the helper set up again. So I reckon by the time this time next year, well, by next year I mean in the game year, we will have a bigger tractor, which means we can use a mulcher to take advantage of that yield bonus. But I think for this year we might be skipping it. Rolling, I have not decided yet if we will do the rolling or not. I don't really see why we wouldn't. If it's a fairly inexpensive lease as well as the horsepower that we can actually run, then so be it. I'm sure I can upgrade these tractors. What's happening? Oof. A slight hill and the whole thing's in shambles. Right, give a quick headland to make it that much easier. Right. Now let's get you set up. Might as well complete the ploughing. Right, now let's head to the shop and get our stone picker. See you at the shop. Right, here we are. Now, again, I'm half contemplating a smaller device. It would be half the price-ish to lease, but if I'm doing the task myself, you know what, I might as well pay the little bit extra just to get it done quickly. I would definitely prefer that, because I'd rather the helper do that kind of thing. I'd much rather do other tasks. So yes, we will lease this big fella. Might as well get the tires I'd like. Capacity is fine. Everything's fine. Lease and go. So yes, that might be a waste of money, but it will make the stone picking process a little bit less intense. Right. If I wasn't trying to just smash it out, or if we had more of a use for the stones, then I would consider buying a small one, or even leasing a small one and taking my time with it. But I would rather just get it done. Get the stones picked. Right, we'll see you at the field. Right, so we've made it back to the field. Now is the moment of truth to see if this will actually function with this tractor. So far so good. I mean, we are collecting stones, which is what we're meant to be doing, at a reasonable rate as well. I reckon 20 kilometers an hour is probably the speed that it lets you go. Right, let's see if we can turn around with ease. Seem to be moving with ease. Okay, it's alright. Once we get, just can't turn too tight, that's all. Hey, at least it does work. That's something I was actually worried about, is that it just wouldn't even be able to pull it. But it's not that precarious of a task, I guess. So yes, 83 litres. Like I say, the reason for the lease of the bigger machine is honestly just because it's quicker. And I'm going to cut in here to make it worth turning around. Alright, perfect. And then I can just clean the little bits up that I miss in between. Right, so we will get this cracking along, get this time lapse done. And I do believe that will probably fire up a continuation time lapse for the other field that was completed earlier. The nice thing about the stone picker is that it does actually cultivate the field. Now, since we won't be stone picking in the sorghum field, or the one that was sorghum field before, then we'll simply just cultivate it when it needs to be cultivated, which won't be for some time because we're not planting oats in there until the spring. So we'll carry on with this. We'll get all the stones picked. We'll see if we can even hit a 2,000 litre capacity. What I will do once we complete this field is I will get the other helper to move on to the next field that needs ploughing, and then we can move from this field into the other field and get all the stones picked from there as well. Right, let's get this cracking. Right, well, we have essentially finished the stone picking on this field. Yes, this is definitely not the best tractor for this job, but it did do it. It managed to do it just fine. Collected all the stones. We're still only at about just now 1,300 litres of stone, which means that we collected a bit. I just want to check. I didn't really check the first field, so I don't know if those are stones or what's going on, or if that needs ploughing, but I did plough that. That's alright. Missed little bits, not a problem. No stones in this field, no stones in this field, and this one we've got stones. So what we'll do next is we'll head down to field 14. We will start the stone picking process on that field, and then by that time the worker should be done. We can finish collecting the stones. Not really sure what to do with them. We might even just put them in a pile somewhere on the farm, just to have a pile of stones, I don't know, for whatever reason, and then we can do something with them at a later time. Right. So we'll get this done, because I am looking forward to finalizing all of this and get the lease brought back to the shop as soon as possible. So yes, we'll see you back at, or see you down at the small field. Right, so we've just arrived here now, and it seems that the work is getting on quite well with the ploughing. The rain is fully coming down now, so I'm glad that we got all of our grass work done and harvesting done earlier in the day. And yes, we will make quick work of this. I think it's quite funny that the traffic, pardon me, is being held up by the worker, even though it's not a chance of going on the road. It's funny to me. Right, we should have this field done in no time, especially doing that 20 kilometers an hour. Ooh, I feel like the rain is maybe making things a bit. Did I miss those rocks? How did I miss that? Anyways, I feel like the rain does affect the way, because I've been kind of slipping and sliding around a bit on my way here with the Massey, meaning that maybe, perhaps, the rain does affect, you know, driving conditions, slippage and whatnot. Interesting, very interesting. So yes, we will. Well, we might touch up actually a bit of the field, and actually, tell you what, now that this is completed, we'll tidy the bits up that have been missed, and then we will, thank you, that's plenty of work from you, and then we'll put the worker on the stone picker instead, which will allow us, there we go. Oh, I guess it was all done. Let's just have a quick look. There's one small section, it seems, that we've already passed, but unfortunately it hasn't been ploughed. So we might have to come back through with the... Actually, I'm going to leave it. No one has to know. Right, let's get this out of here now and get the stone picker in the field and set to a worker. And, right, he had all the lights on, that worker. So we'll get that set up, and we'll bring the other tractor back to the farm. Might just clear a path of ease here for the helper. Ooh. Trying to go up the hill. Right, because the sooner I can return the stone picker, the better. So yes, we will allow the helper to do the business, and then we will we'll dump the stones somewhere on the farm, and then return the machine. Just want to get this set up, and helper is off. Thank you, mate. Right, and we will. Well, we'll check on the sheep really quickly on the way, since it's on the way, and we don't need all these lights on. I guess they're not. It's not on the way, is it? Ooh, yes it is. Right, we'll escape death and check on the sheep and see how they're doing. They look to have everything they need. They don't really mind the rain. They've got lots of water, lots of food, and they're producing some wool. That is brilliant. Right. So, let's get in the tractor. We'll take this back to the farm. We'll get the implements and whatnot all put away. I knew someone was coming down that road. Quick. Yes, we'll get this all put away and check on the helper. Alright, we've just parked up, put everything away, put the weight away, and it is coming down. So we'll get some stuff closed up here. We do not need this open at this time. And we'll have a quick check on the animals' food. So the cows, they really are going through that hay. I think we put a full load, so it would have been 16,000. So they are going through it quickly. The sheep are not. They are taking their sweet time, which is fine. For some reason, their reproduction 20%. Why is that at 20%? Maybe it's just that's the progress of it. Don't know. We'll check on that. Reproduction is at 0%, even though they are at Maybe they just haven't started the progress just yet, because they do have everything they need. So do the sheep. The cows they are producing milk, which is fantastic. They're producing slurry, and they are producing manure, even though it does not show. I reckon it just produces it. The straw is full, very full, but they do produce manure apparently. And the horses are fine. We do need to go. Oops. We do need to go for a ride with the horse, which we might do on the next episode. But if we look here, we've got 1,263 liters of manure in the manure heap. I feel like this might be like a collection spot for manure. If you look at the map, we have, yes, manure heap. So if we tag it, it's there. I wonder what that's for. No matter. Right, we'll untag that. And it looks like the helper is done. So what are you doing? Let's stop you there. Check on the field. And stones are done. So we managed to pull out 1,745 liters. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. Wrong button combination. 1,745 liters of stone. Fantastic. The capacity amount was perfect. That's very good to know for the future. But it does. The stones that you do get out of the field do vary based on the different, I guess, the different things that you've done with the field. So if you're ploughing, you'll get the most out. It seems that subsoiling has produced a medium amount. Wow, look at that. It must just be too heavy for this tractor. So we'll take this back with us to the farm. Just make sure no one's coming, because they do come out pretty quick. We'll dump the stones somewhere, and then we'll take it back to the shop. Right, so we're just getting back here now, and I think I might even just start a small pile right here. We can always pick it up with the bucket later on. It's a very small amount of stones. I just don't know how much of a pile it's going to leave. Can't be that much of a pile. Oh yeah, that looks alright. Just hidden, tucked away. Perfect. Now we'll take the machine back to the shop, and happy days. So we'll see you at the shop. Right, so we've arrived back at the shop, and I have forgotten that this is just a workshop, not a actual shop. So we will return the lease through the leased items menu. We've finished with it. It is completely empty, and we will return it right now. Perfect. So that's all done. That has been a very successful day, and the day's not even done. Look at that. The beautiful autumn colors are really coming out. Cannot wait. October is going to be even more beautiful. Right, so that does end this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care, and bye for now.